Are you tired of being soft? Of waking up every day knowing you've got more in you, but you're too damn scared to face the pain? Good, because today we're gonna rip the Band-Aid off and talk about why doing the hard things is the only way to become who you were born to be. Most people live their entire lives avoiding pain, chasing comfort, and wondering why they never feel fulfilled. But growth isn't born in ease, it's forged in fire. In this video, I'm going to break down why doing the hard things is exactly what you need to crush excuses, build mental steel, and become a savage in a world of sheep. You've been lied to your whole damn life. From the moment you were born, they've been feeding you this sweet little fantasy that life is supposed to be comfortable, that happiness means ease, and that if something feels hard, it must be wrong. That's garbage. Comfort is not your friend, it's your executioner. It's the velvet rope around mediocrity. It's the warm blanket that smothers your potential while whispering in your ear, "You're doing fine." You're not doing fine. You're stuck, you're soft, and you're buying into the biggest scam of all, comfort. Think about it, nothing worth having ever came easy. You don't sculpt a masterpiece without breaking a sweat. You don't build an empire sitting on your ass, sipping lattes, watching motivational videos. No. You build it by showing up when it hurts, when you're exhausted, when every cell in your body screams for rest, and you still feckin' show up. That's where transformation happens. In the furnace, in the grind. You grow by doing the hard things, not by avoiding them. You grow by saying yes to discomfort and pushing when everyone else folds. Comfort is seductive because it's safe. It tells you you're okay right where you are. It wraps its arms around your fear and says, "Don't worry, you don't need to try." But here's the truth. Comfort doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't give a damn about your potential. It's there to keep you small, predictable, and weak. Every day you stay in your comfort zone, you're trading your future for a fleeting sense of ease. Winners don't worship comfort, they chase challenge. They know the hard road is the one that leads to power. They seek out the pain, the grind, the rejection, because they understand that every drop of sweat, every setback, every sleepless night is carving them into something more. Greatness demands suffering. It demands sacrifice. It demands that you bleed for your vision when no one believes in it but you. You need to kill the part of you that craves comfort. Murder it, bury it, and replace it with hunger. Replace it with fire. Replace it with the unshakable belief that you were not born to be average, you were born to dominate. But domination doesn't come from ease. It comes from war. The war within. The war against weakness, laziness, doubt, and fear. The war against your old self. So the next time life gets hard, and it will, don't you dare run from it. Don't reach for the easy way out. Lean into it. Smile at the struggle. Say, "Bring it on." Because every time you do the hard thing, every time you spit in the face of comfort and choose growth instead, you step closer to the version of yourself that doesn't just dream about success, he earns it. Pain is the ultimate test of who you really are. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete, a business owner, or just someone trying to level up in life. Pain will always be there. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. It's not something to avoid, but something to embrace. The world tells you to seek comfort, to escape hardship, to shield yourself from discomfort. But here's the reality. Growth doesn't live in comfort. Growth is forged in the furnace of adversity. Every time you push past your limits, every time you face pain head on, you are sculpting a stronger, tougher version of yourself. Let's get one thing straight. Pain isn't your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain forces you to confront your weaknesses, your fears, your limitations, and in that confrontation, you find your true strength. It's easy to sit back, play it safe, and tell yourself that one day you'll be successful, that one day you'll be the person you want to be. But I'm here to tell you that day will never come. It will never come because you're too afraid to take the steps necessary to build that. You're too afraid of pain, so you choose comfort. And comfort, my friend, is the death of greatness. Every time you face real pain, whether it's physical exhaustion from a brutal workout, mental fatigue from grinding through the hardest days of your career, or emotional pain from the struggles that come with the pursuit of your dreams, you are building power. Every drop of sweat, every tear, every moment where you think you can't go on, but you do anyway, that's power. That's what separates the winners from the losers. The winners show up every day, no matter what. They understand that pain is the price they must pay to achieve the greatness they've been chasing. Think about it for a second. Every time you avoid something difficult, every time you back down from a challenge because you're scared of the pain, you're telling yourself and the world that you're not ready to step into your full potential. You're pretending. You're hiding behind excuses and false bravado. The person you show to the world on social media is a lie, a mask, a carefully curated version of you that doesn't reflect the truth of what it takes to achieve greatness. Real power is built behind closed doors. It's built when no one's watching, when the pain is raw, when you feel like giving up, but you push through anyway. That's when you become the person you want to be. Pain is the price you pay for becoming the person you've always wanted to be. Every successful person you admire has faced that same truth. They've walked through the fire, they've endured the struggle, and on the other side, they were reborn as someone stronger, someone capable of handling the immense responsibility and power that success brings. But they didn't get there by avoiding the pain. They got there by stepping into it with full force, embracing it, and understanding that pain is not a punishment. It's a tool for transformation. So stop making excuses. Stop hiding behind your fears. Face the pain head on, because only by embracing it will you ever become the person you're meant to be. You want success? You want to stand out in a world full of weak, comfortable people? Then stop pretending and start embracing the struggle. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your ally. It's time you started using it to your advantage. Motivation is fleeting. It's an emotion that comes and goes like the wind. Some days you wake up fired up, ready to conquer the world. Other days you can barely drag yourself out of bed. If you rely on motivation to get things done, you're setting yourself up for failure. Motivation might spark your engine, but discipline is what drives it. Discipline isn't sexy. It doesn't get the praise or attention that motivation does, but let me tell you something, it's the secret weapon. While motivation waits for the right moment, discipline shows up whether it's convenient or not. It doesn't care if you're tired, frustrated, or pissed off. Discipline says, you committed to this, now get to work. Look around you, the world is full of dreamers, talkers, and people who feel motivated for a minute, but what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is the ones who show up consistently, the ones who don't quit when it gets hard, the ones who build daily habits that, over time, compound into extraordinary results. That's discipline. Think about the people you admire most, whether in business, sports, or any field. They're not special. They don't have some magical source of endless motivation that you don't. What they have is an ironclad discipline that makes them show up even when they don't feel like it. Look at Michael Jordan. The man wasn't always the best player on the court, but he was always the hardest working. He didn't wait for motivation to strike. He didn't wait for some perfect moment. He was in the gym at 4 a.m., day after day, working when no one was watching. Why? Because he had discipline. And it's the same with you. If you want to achieve something in life, you're going to have to put in the work, whether you feel like it or not. That's where the magic happens. It's not in the burst of inspiration or excitement, but in the everyday grind. It's in the days you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. That's discipline. Now, let's talk about the people who are constantly making excuses. They tell themselves they'll work harder when they feel more motivated. They're waiting for some magical external force to light a fire under them. But guess what? The fire never comes. Motivation is an unreliable beast. It only shows up when it feels like it, and if you're waiting for it to push you into action, you'll spend your life waiting. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't need a pep talk. It doesn't need to be motivated. It's like a muscle that grows stronger with use. The more you rely on discipline, the more natural it becomes to show up, to put in the effort, and to stay consistent. When you get serious about discipline, you'll realize that motivation doesn't matter. You don't need it to succeed. It's like being in a war. You don't wait for a good mood to fight. You fight because your life depends on it. Discipline is the weapon that gets you through the toughest battles. Motivation is a weak ally compared to the relentless power of discipline. The truth is, winners don't ask for motivation, they already have discipline. Discipline is the reason why some people make excuses while others make millions. If you want to be in that second group, you need to stop waiting for motivation and build unbreakable habits that push you forward every day, every moment. That's the difference, and that's how you win. Rejection is fuel. Every time you hear the word no, every time a door slams in your face, every time someone tells you that you're not good enough, you've been given an opportunity to transform. See, rejection isn't failure. It's not a reflection of your worth or your potential. It's a gift. And the sooner you start seeing it that way, the sooner you can use it to propel yourself into greatness. Let me tell you something straight. Rejection has power. It has the power to either crush you or catapult you. Most people, when they get rejected, they take it personally. They sulk. They question themselves. They doubt their ability and they retreat. They let the no knock them down and keep them down. That's the moment when most people decide that they aren't cut out for success, but not you. If you want to be a powerhouse, you have to train yourself to flip that script. You need to turn rejection into your rocket fuel. Every time someone tells you no, they've just given you free energy. Think about that for a second. Free energy. Every insult, every doubt, every moment where someone thinks you're not good enough is a piece of ammunition you can load into your mental cannon. Most people are out there wasting their time and energy chasing fleeting feelings of comfort, trying to make everyone around them happy. But the real power comes from embracing the challenges, the setbacks, and yes, the rejection. It's like a turbo boost for your drive. It forces you to dig deeper, push harder, and work smarter. The more they reject you, the more obsessed you should become with proving them wrong. Every rejection is an opportunity to show the world what you're really made of. It's an invitation to get better, to sharpen your skills, and to grow beyond what you thought was possible. But you have to have the right mindset. Don't let their words or actions define your path. Rejection isn't about you, it's about them. It's their inability to see the potential in you. It's their fear, their limitations, their doubts. The real question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to fold under pressure, or are you going to take that energy and use it to fuel your obsession? And here's the best part. Every time you push forward, every time you come back stronger, your rejection becomes a story that you will tell when you're sitting at the top of your mountain, looking down at all the people who told you that you couldn't make it. They will watch as you rise above them, and they will regret ever doubting you. So the next time someone tells you no, don't get discouraged. Don't let it shake you. Instead, say, thank you, because they just handed you the power to fuel your dreams. They just gave you the ammunition to take your ambition to the next level. And trust me, when you make them regret ever doubting you, it will feel so damn good that you'll crave more rejection. You'll want more obstacles to crush, because that's how you become unstoppable, by turning every no into a hell yes to your success. The world is full of people telling you to take it easy, don't burn yourself out, and be realistic. But let me tell you something. If you listen to that advice, you'll live a life full of mediocrity. Being reasonable gets you nowhere. You know why? Because the people who tell you to be balanced are the same people who are content with being average, settling for a life of comfort and mediocrity. The one who win, who leave a mark on this world, are the ones who are relentless, the ones who refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. You've been taught to believe that success comes when you're well-rested and in a balanced state of mind. But if you look at the history of the most successful people, they didn't get there by waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, or a balanced schedule. They got there by working their asses off, day in and day out, no matter how they felt. They ignored the world's idea of balance and instead focused on something much more powerful: obsession. You don't need balance, you need obsession. Obsession with your goals, obsession with your dreams, obsession with becoming the best version of yourself. When you are obsessed, the idea of balance goes out the window because you're too busy pursuing something that is bigger than comfort. People will tell you that you're pushing too hard, that you should take a step back, but what they don't understand is that if this isn't about how you feel today, it's about where you're going. Being relentless means doing what others won't do. It means waking up before the sun comes up and staying up long after everyone else has gone to sleep. It means making sacrifices that others aren't willing to make. It means pushing your limits until they snap, and then pushing even further until there's nothing left but victory. It's about refusing to stop when everyone else is telling you to quit. And it's about doing what you have to do today so that tomorrow you're closer to where you need to be. Empires aren't built by people who are worried about whether they're getting enough rest or whether they're spreading themselves too thin. They're built by people who take unreasonable actions, who go the extra mile, who push past limits until they break. You think Bezos, Musk, or any other industry titan sat around making sure they had balance in their lives? No. They were obsessed with their vision, and they were relentless in pursuing it, no matter the cost. They were unreasonable. The world tells you to slow down, to pace yourself, but that's the same world that will leave you behind when the race is over. If you want to be remembered, if you want to make a real impact, then you need to go harder than anyone else. Forget being reasonable, forget doing what's easy. The easy path leads to nowhere. The unreasonable path, the path of obsession, of relentlessness, leads to greatness. So stop trying to please everyone with your balanced lifestyle. Stop worrying about what others think. Instead, focus on what you want. Focus on what you need to do to get there. And when the world tells you to stop, to take a break, to slow down, tell them to go to hell. You're not here to be reasonable. You're here to be great. And greatness doesn't care about balance. It only cares about being relentless. So what are you waiting for? Get off your ass. Stop crying about how hard life is and start doing the hard things. That's where winners are made. That's where you are made. Now go earn your effing life.